The Key to the Indian by Lynne Reid Banks. Chapter 18. Dreams. But what did the clan mother think when she saw me? Omri and his father were sitting once again on Little Bear's thighs, this time in the room. Bright Stars was weaving a basket out of thin, pliant strips of white wood. Tall Bear was having his afternoon nap among the furs. Clan mother think you are little man. What do you mean? One of the small people living in earth under bushes in holes. They have life like us. Omri and his father exchanged puzzled looks. You could believe strange things more easily here. But what were these little men, the Indians' leprechauns? Do you believe in them? Why this question? They are. Have you seen them? Before 2 moons I see one teasing dog with stick. How do they look? Like us, but small. How do they dress? As me, as you. Lucky I wasn't wearing my sweater, said Omri. He could see his dad was thinking what he was. Could Little Bear really think he'd seen one? Clan mother spoke of you, Little Bear said presently. She said something about me. Yes, she said she saw you in night. No one saw us, said Omri's dad, except you. She saw you in a dream. Oh, a dream, said Omri. He thought dreams were a drag. But his dad leant forward eagerly. What was her dream, Little Bear? Clan mother asked me to guess her dream. I try to guess, so then she tell me. Little man come out of ground, arm straight, he pointed. Shout without sound. Moving arm like this, Little Bear beckoned strongly. In dream, clan mother called to others. People came out of longhouse. Little man turned and ran away. Still moved arm and showed way. As if calling the people to come after him, Little Bear nodded slowly, frowning. Which way did he run, Little Bear? Which way did he run, the little man? To forest. Which direction is that? Toward the sunset? No, toward home of most cold wind. North, said Omri's dad quietly to Omri. Late in the afternoon, Little Bear took them for a walk. He didn't cover them with his cloak this time, and the Indians they passed, who saw them, seemed curious but not surprised. Perhaps the clan mother had passed the word that little men were visiting their chief. They could now see that there was a palisade of sharpened stakes, perhaps 20 feet high, set in the ground, tightly together all around the longhouse. There was no gate. The palisade's 2 ends folded one behind the other, so people could get in or out in single file. Omri couldn't see a back entrance, but he hoped there was one. Beyond was a large cleared area, with the forest only coming close in one place, on a hill too steep for fields. They could see the stumps of little trees, and among them was a blackened field where, Little Bear explained, the settlers had sneaked up at night a month before and burned their crops. A few sweet corn plants had survived, now rustling dry and stripped of cobs. Up the still upright stalks of corn plants, Omri could see that beans had been growing, and around their bases there had been, and still were, though the big leaves had been frost-shriveled, more vegetables, squash, like enormous green sausages, and big sun-colored pumpkins that lay among their dry tendrils, big enough to make Cinderella's coach. There were women out picking the smaller ones and putting them into big baskets. How come they didn't burn everything? We see fire at night, run out, making big noise, shoot with bow and gun, killing 3, driving others off. I jumped on horse and followed, Little Bear pointed his pony, brought back from Omri's time, grazing at a distance. I killed 2 more with tomahawk. He put Omri and his dad on the ground, sat cross-legged before them, with an air of grim satisfaction, pulled 2 hanks of hair off his belt. Omri turned his head away instinctively, but then he made himself look. The hair looked fresh. He could see the dried blood on the scalps of skin at the bottom. He set his teeth again at a grimace. He set his teeth against a grimace, and stared steadily at the scalps for a long time, crushing his squeamishness. It helped that he didn't care that these men had been scalped. He felt totally on the Indian's side. Now all our bullets are gone, said Little Bear quietly. Soon rebels will come again. We fight with guns and bows, arrows, straight axes. And we are not enough. Many young warriors of tribe are gone from us, to scout, to keep watch for raids, and to raid in vengeance. Raid against the settlers? Little Bear looked away. Not only. Who else? Oneida, Cayuga. Little Bear, not your own Confederacy tribes. My word was no, he shouted suddenly. There was a great quarrel with young warriors, but Little Bear is only Pine Tree Chief, and our Mohawk are very angry. Oneida, Cayuga helped French in war, and now they join with the rebel English. These promise them protection, tell them land is there for them. For us land is mother, not for belonging. So some Iroquois tribes fight against us on side of rebels. Now Mohawk warriors punish them, burn their villages. There was a long, long silence. Omri was shocked and scared. He glanced at his dad. He was looking very serious and heaved a deep sigh. Of course they won't help, he said. I know this. But young men cannot stay in Longhouse and work land like women. Their blood is hot. And you? My blood is hot, but head is cold. Hot head is no good. Chiefs must think for all people in Longhouse. There was another silence, and at last Little Bear sighed heavily in his turn. We must leave Longhouse. I know this for many moons. Why didn't you leave before now? After we leave, Little Bear answered slowly. Longhouse fall down forever. You mean yours will? No, not only Iroquois will be no more. Haudenosaunee, people of Longhouse. Little Bear, said Omri's dad carefully, I'm curious. My books say most Iroquois live in cabins now. True. Our village is not like others. Why? I have dream also, said Little Bear in a solemn undertone. After my journey to you, a dream come of the peacemaker who planted tree of peace. Before many, many harvests, he sits before me and makes ring with his arms. Inside the ring are all my people. His hair blows over them. Then his arms become walls made of skin of tree, and his hair is roof. He changes. He becomes the Longhouse. I hear his voice say, when Mohawk no longer live together as one people, they are no longer people of the Longhouse. Onondaga, keepers of the fire, already break fire in two. People scatter one from one, like dry leaf and wind. They no longer talk together in council. No more one people. Hear my words. Longhouse must stay forever. When we travel here from village, Algonquin burn my people. Say they want to live in cabin. One man, one woman, alone with children. My word was no. Many times I speak it and tell them, guess my dream. They will not guess, so I cannot tell them. They show me their backs and begin to make cabins, so I build Longhouse alone, as I build once with you. Clan mothers keep closed mouths. No one help me. Many days Little Bear work alone and village watch. First they laugh, then they stop and watch without noise. And then old clan mother speaks. Little Bear is right. Help him. And did they help then? Omri asked. Yes. Then many work with me. Make Longhouse big enough for all. Wood of cabins we burn in Longhouse fires. Put up wall of trees as in time before. For this they make me Pine Tree Chief. What's a Pine Tree Chief? Omri asked. True chief is one clan mothers choose. People and other chiefs choose Pine Tree Chief. Little Bear is not a true chief. Who is your true chief? He shook his head. We have no elder chief here now. No one worthy now. So many old ones die of sickness. They take wisdom with them. Pine Tree Chief is proud honor. But I have not the old wisdom. Father last condoled chief. Did your father die of the white man's sickness? No. White savage shoot him. One shot take from this world all his wisdom, all he know and learn and dream and remember. Perhaps we never again have elder chief. None live long enough. He sounded achingly sad, as if he saw some deathly end to it all, a chasm down which they were all destined to fall. Omri's dad went to him and, reaching up, touched his knee. Little Bear, don't lose hope. There is a future for your people. My books say so. Little Bear looked at him for a while. Then he said, Future, this means time to come? Yes. Because you know this? I ask you come here. Yes, I know. For the white man, said the little bear slowly, time that is gone, time that is now, time to come, all make one line. He drew a long straight line with his finger in the earth. For Indian, all time is same time. Those from time that is gone are still here in us. The future is with us too. It happens as we happen. Now, when I travel to your time, it is still my time. Henri's father frowned. You're saying that time is a kind of spiral. He drew a corkscrew shape in the air. All happening at once. That's why you weren't surprised when the magic brought you to us. Little bear, surprised by many things you have, not the travel. Your ideas are very interesting, little bear, Henri's father said humbly. The Indian straightened suddenly. But our talk walks away. Tell me my need. Which way must we take to our future? Henri's dad looked to see where the sun was going down and pointed 90 degrees to the right of it. The way of the cold wind, he said, north, like an old clan-mother's dream. Could you collect your people and persuade them to travel north? What is there? More of your people, Mohawk lands. Most land that the white man will give to the Indian will be poor land, but there the land is good. But it's a long way, and there are dangers till you come to the great river. What river? We call it the St. Lawrence. We know of this place. How long is journey? Many days, I should think, with women and children and old people. Little Bear sniffed the air. Soon snow will come. Yes, winter's coming. It'll be hard going. The sooner you leave, the better. Little Bear tensed. You read a good future for Mohawk by this great river? Henri's dad drew a deep breath.